Hello, RWorld, and welcome back to RWorldTalk. We've got a fun one for you today. I have one of our, a good friend of mine, one of my favorite members, Miss Lisa Stewart with Clearview Realty is here with us this morning. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Chris.
We were just, before we even got started, we're already laughing because we know each other, and every time we get together, there's always laughs to be had. So this should be a pretty fun episode for everybody to tune into. Why you look so serious?
I don't know, Chris.
You're just waiting. Right?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Chris. I'm waiting.
So, Lisa, you are currently the chair of community outreach. I know that you've served in community outreach for a number of years. You're also on the South Broward Regional Board. You've done that for a little while. You are on the Government Affairs Committee for Broward County, doing some great work there. Also serve on the Grievance Committee. You're on the Pay It Forward Foundation. And in 2024, you're going to be our South Broward Regional Vice President. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to all these things.
Okay, awesome. So tell us about you. Where are you from?
I am from Boston, Massachusetts. Don't hold that against me, anyone.
Okay. How long have you been down here in South Florida?
Oh, I've been down here for about, it's going on 32 years.
32 years. My goodness. Okay. So you know a thing or two about living in South Florida.
Yes.
You've seen some things.
Yes.
And you've seen all the growth that's happened over the last 3 decades as well, huh?
Yeah, I've seen the ups and downs and all the growth.
Okay. So what led you to get involved with the association? You've been an active member, not just sitting on the sidelines, but even pre all the mergers that we had. You were on the South Broward Board of Realtors. Were you ever president?
No, I never made it to president, Chris.
Okay. Why not?
I don't know. I just never got to that point, and we had the merger, and so I'm looking forward to that journey now.
Continued growth now. Okay, beautiful. So, what's been your favorite committee so far? You've served on so many different capacities. I know that you were part of the Leadership Academy team as well in the South Broward Board. What's been your favorite committee that you've served on?
Well, I can truly tell you that community outreach has always had a special place in my heart.
Okay.
And I've been on community outreach probably for at least 12 years.
Really?
From South Broward to now, yeah.
Really? Okay. Tell us about some of the things that you've done with community outreach.
Well, like I said, with South Broward, we used to have peanut butter and jelly days once a month.
Okay.
We would make over 300 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and we'd take it to the Jubilee Center in Hollywood, and they would distribute it to people who were in need, because they didn't have anything to eat over the weekend. So they had at least had those couple of sandwiches and stuff to help them over the weekend. We've done, different donations to the schools. We've had Thanksgiving drives. We've had Christmas drives, and we've had, parties and stuff like that where everybody came in, all the members came in and brought in toys for different schools and stuff, and then we would go and deliver it to the schools. So it was great to help those people who are in need, and just unfortunate that they couldn't have a good Christmas holiday. So we tried to cheer people up. So that always, touched my heart a lot, being able to do that and give back to the community.
That's awesome. Realtors are not just about selling homes. We're
a lot more than selling homes in our communities, about giving back as well.
Okay. So tell us about the Jubilee Center. Is that still around in Hollywood?
Yeah, it's still around. I actually still get emails from them.
Okay.
Just haven't been active with them.
What is it that they do?
Well, they do is they give food to people in need.
Okay.
Homeless people, it's just people in need. Some people just don't have the income to really have a nourished meal and stuff like that. So it's always good for them to be able to give back. So it, really helped us a lot, in building a reputation with the South Broward Board and giving back to the community. That was one of our sources of help that we did.
Incredible. So right now I know that we're about to do another fun murder mystery event with community outreach. That was something that you had spearheaded during the pandemic. I remember that we did our first one virtually. I think I played the lifeguard in that one virtually. Then we did one just last year, and that was the Halloween themed event. I think I was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or the Nutty Professor, or something like that. Yeah. And now we've got another murder mystery coming up, Murder of a Millionaire, and that's going to be November 1st, I believe.
Correct.
At Galuppi's.
Correct.
Okay, Galuppi's in Pompano Beach. Get your tickets now. It's definitely
let's go.
Definitely for a good cause. And Lisa does not disappoint when she puts on these murder mysteries. We always have such a great time, and we've got prizes like crazy, right?
Yes, we gave out prizes for the best in character, the best in costume, and then we gave out to whoever solved the murder first. So, bring your detective skills out there.
And we had lots of liquor. We had some gift baskets to give away.
There's realtors involved, of course.
There's realtors involved.
But we do have a buffet meal as opposed to last year. We have a buffet because, people were selling about. I think one of the biggest compliments that we got on the event was members being able to communicate and have long conversations with executive and leadership, which was amazing. They really enjoyed being able to be up and personal.
Awesome.
So it was really good. They really liked that part.
And I believe we've got most of the exec team and a bunch of corporate board members that are
I got them all. You know me, I don't give up, Chris.
You do not give up. You do not give up.
Yeah.
Speaking of not give up, you had a big push for membership for WCR in Broward County that just happened a few months ago. And I remember we were at the grand opening for a Century 21 office out in Plantation for Paulina Hurtado. And you had grabbed me and pulled me aside and literally on the spot made me go on my phone and sign up and become a member of WCR. You're definitely a passionate and persuasive woman.
Yes, I believe, we all need to be a part of something. And I said, hey, we just need to support each other no matter what we decide to do in our journeys in leadership. And I think that, we need to make our mark in different associations and different networks. So I was happy that we were able to get, some of our Broward members to become part of Women's Council of Realtors.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward. We have our installation coming up November 29th at Gulfstream. And we have the three top positions in WCL are from Broward. So
amazing.
It's amazing.
Okay, so who do we have coming up?
Well, we have Laurie Ann Minoff, who's going to be the incoming 2024 president.
Wonderful.
I will be the incoming 2024 president-elect.
Congratulations.
And Michelle Morrison is going to be the 2024 first vice president. So
that's incredible.
We're rocking it. So we want everybody to be there and celebrate that day with us.
Wonderful. And WCR does great things for the community as well.
Oh, yes, we do. They do great things. We just had our Realtor Care Day. So we do we went and did fed some people up in the, at one of the shelters. It's just good. We did. Every different network did different things. So we tried to give back as well through WCR as well.
So let's talk about committee service. Well, we have been talking about committee service, but right now we do have applications open for our committees.
Yes.
And besides the committee applications, and that we've got until October 31st. So if you guys are listening, I know it's Friday morning. You've got less than a week left. So make sure that you get those committee applications in. This is your association. This association is member centric. Make sure that you have a seat at the table and your voice is heard. We know that everybody comes from different walks of life. Everybody has something to give back to this association. And we certainly want everybody's voice to be heard because there's great ideas that come from all sorts of places. But besides the committees that are open, I know that you did Leadership Academy for Florida Realtors, which is not the easiest thing to get into. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not easy to get in there. They had over 140 applicants for the state, and they chose me as one of the 15. So I was very honored.
Beautiful.
That I was selected to be a part of that.
So we also have Local Leadership Academy, which not everybody, I'm assuming that not everybody knows that we do have a Local Leadership Academy here. You used to be a facilitator for Leadership Academy. You've been through the process now on the state level. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you think is important about somebody joining Leadership Academy?
Well, I will tell you, Leadership Academy is definitely something for people to at least attempt to, apply for it. Make a point of challenging yourself, because I learned through my Leadership Academy class and with the state that I learned a lot about myself, Chris.
You sure did.
Yeah, you definitely learn a lot about, how you can become a more effective leader. Sometimes you got to step back a little bit and, work with a group. So it teaches you a lot of things about yourself. There's a lot of self-assessment in it. And I would not be the person that I am today if I didn't have people in my circle or who cared and, encouraged me and inspired me to challenge myself in every way that I can to become a better leader.
I went through local leadership academy with Greater Fort Lauderdale Realtors before the mergers happened. That was back in 2015, best class ever.
Famous words.
Yeah, we went through Leadership Academy in 2015. I remember Beth Daly came in for our graduation and baked the Leadership Academy a cake. That was a tradition that she's had every year. But you certainly do learn a lot about yourself going through Leadership Academy. Right. You hit the nail on the head with that one. I remember we had to do a report on a leadership book. So you do your book report. And I read my leadership book and I had come up with this presentation and I got up in front of my leadership class. And these are all of your friends that are sitting there. You really shouldn't have nerves about you or be feeling uncomfortable in front of a group of your friends, your peers. But I remember getting up in front of the room and I went to open up my mouth and I don't think words were coming out. Apparently they were, but I went deaf and I went blind. I couldn't see the people in the room. I couldn't hear myself speak. I was so terrified. And now going through the process of Leadership Academy and being involved in the association, now I can jump up on a stage with, no script and just start rambling things off and get through any kind of presentation. It's like, if you have any sort of fear, Leadership Academy is the place to go and deal with that stuff. It made me so much better as a realtor. It made me so much better as a presenter, an active member of the association. And it was only, that was 2015. So in 8 short years, here I am sitting as the president. So if anybody out there has any aspirations for leadership, you've got until October 31st. Go on to RWorld.com. Make sure that you get signed up for one of the committees. If you feel like you're ready for it, jump into Leadership Academy, learn about public speaking. And you know what? Some funny things came out of Leadership Academy. You've got got funny story to tell, right?
Well, it's funny because, when you go to the State Leadership Academy, you go to this, a lot of, the first day they have you out in the park doing what they call the ropes. And
okay.
Like, is it going to be tug of war or something like that? But it's definitely not that. And it's really about building yourself up to be able to work with other people. There was like so many activities that we did that if we didn't do it together, it wasn't going to get done.
Okay.
So that was one of the biggest things that we learned.
Team building.
Okay. And,
what kind of ropes?
It wasn't any ropes. It was like a thing we were supposed to actually it was a rope and we were trying to get it to touch something.
Okay.
But it was 15 of us trying to, and everybody thought their way was the best way and it wasn't happening. So
that sounds like a committee meeting.
About 9 times we finally got it. Okay, we got to do this together. So it works. So it really means that a lot of times, when you become a leader, you feel like you have to be in charge all the time. And one of the things I learned was you can definitely lead from the bench. You don't have to be front and center all the time to be a good leader. And so that was one of the biggest things that I learned in my Leadership Academy.
Well, as a leader, you really should be in the back of the group, pushing everybody else forward and making sure that they're okay. And if somebody falls, you're there to pick them up.
Exactly. That's exactly what a good leader should be.
Wow. Okay.
So I did have one little blooper when I had to do a project and I had to talk about RPAC, and the guy said, we're going to do the video and I need you to take your glasses off. So I took my glasses off and my whole video, my eyes were flickering up and down. I'm like, oh my God, can you erase that? Can you touch that? My eyes were flickering like a light switch going off and on. I'm like, oh my God, these people probably think I'm crazy. It was fun. It was all fun, so it didn't matter.
Okay. Well, hey, it was for our pack, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
So I briefly mentioned when I had finished Leadership Academy, Beth Daly baked us a cake, and you have taken on the baker's role for this association. I mean, it seems like every time we do something, you've got baked goods that are coming in the door in front of you. So where did that passion come from? Where did this passion for baking come from?
I think it's just some of the family. In my family, my mother used to bake, my aunt used to bake, my other aunt used to bake. We all used to bake. And it's just some extra thing that I like to. And a matter of fact, Chris,
comfort thing.
I brought you a little something today, Chris.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Oh, these are the famous lemon bars.
Famous lemon bars, Chris style.
So they're gluten free.
So they're gluten free.
See that? Isn't she the nicest person we have here? My God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
thoroughly going to enjoy that, just as I did the last ones. You could bring these over whenever you want. I'm always going to appreciate it.
You know me, I bake for people. I don't even bake for myself. So
You don't eat it?
no,
Really?
I don't really eat much of the stuff that I bake. Not because I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. I guess I just like the.
You just like gifting?
I just like to bake and gift.
Okay. So tell us about what's your favorite recipe? What's your favorite thing that you bake?
Well, my specialty is cheesecakes.
Really?
So
Okay.
my Oreo cheesecake with some chocolate ganache on it.
What's your secret? You got a secret recipe that you want to share?
No.
No, you're not going to share?
Well,
Just leave out one ingredient.
yeah. I'll leave out one ingredient?
Yeah.
Okay, it has cream cheese, graham cracker crust, or Oreo crust.
Do you make the graham cracker crust yourself, or do you buy the store-bought?
No, I make it myself.
Oh, okay.
Crackers, yeah. It's all about putting in the time to anything you do. You got to know that you have to put in the time.
So, full disclosure, we had an event that was going on. I think it was, maybe it was somebody's birthday, but you had brought in a cake, and we had this event that was going on in the East Broward boardroom. And everybody kept saying, you got to go and eat Lisa's cake. You got to go and eat Lisa's cake. But I had to go gluten-free, so I didn't eat the cake. And I got a call from you the following day or later on that day, and you said, I am so upset with you that you did not try this cake. I made it gluten-free just for you because I knew that you were going to be there. And you were the one that was pushing me, and everybody was pushing me to eat the cake, and I never tried it. And I felt so bad about it because I thought that it was going to have gluten in it. I'm like, oh, I don't have the heart to tell her I can't eat.
Okay, so I always think about you when I bake.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So what's up next for you? You're going to be regional vice president in 2024. Do you have any ideas, big plans for the South Broward Regional Board? What are you planning to bring to the table? And by being RVP, also you're going to have a seat on the corporate board of directors as well, so you can make sure that you're giving all of your input from your region to the corporate board to make some big decisions. Obviously, we're in a changing market. We've got things that are changing in the association space, possible changes coming with the MLS as well. But you're going to have a seat at the table. What do you think is going to be coming from South Broward?
Well, I don't want to give away too many secrets, Chris.
Okay.
But I definitely want to start focusing on the communities and getting more involved with governmental things and speaking to, our officials or, representatives in the Broward County of South.
We've got a lot of municipalities in Broward County, and they're pretty heavily heavy down in the South Broward area as well. So certainly in 2024 being an election year, we're going to have tons of opportunities for advancing our position in the government affairs realm.
I definitely think it's important for us to really build up some good relations.
Sure.
In South Broward.
Well, you guys and the Government Affairs Committee have been doing a fantastic job of that in the last few years. Between you and Marison and Lorianne as well, and Susie and Carla, I mean, you guys have just been doing a really, really good job with making sure that our voices are heard and our faces are known when we go to the chambers, when we go to any of the community events that we interact with our elected officials. You guys really, really represent us well. We're very proud.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Awesome. Well, I know that you have a busy schedule and need to get back to your office and get back to work. So one last question that we ask of every guest on the podcast, which I know that you're a listener, so you knew that this one was coming. What is a little local gem or a hot spot that you love about living in South Florida that you could share with our listeners?
I thought about that question. I really did, Chris. And it's funny, but I really don't have a special gem.
Okay.
I just like being home, I just like being home and enjoying that time with my daughters and stuff, and and doing what I have to do for the association and my community. But to say a local gem, it's definitely my home.
Okay. So what's your favorite spot to go to dinner?
I have tried Caloutes. You ever heard of Caloutes?
I have heard of Caloutes.
Like that, I've been there. My daughters took me there for my birthday, and it's like that's my favorite place right now. It's in Plantation.
I heard that they had one in Plantation. I heard that they opened one up in Wellington. The only one that I knew of is the one that I regularly go to, which is on the Intercoastal. It's on the water, right just south of Commercial Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale.
I might have to try that one time. But
I'll take that.
I just feel like, from start to finish, I enjoyed my meal, from start to finish, and the environment is nice and it's quiet and peaceful. So I liked it.
So we'll get you out of Plantation. I'm going to take you out on the boat.
Going to take me on the boat.
I'm going to take you on the boat. We're going to go and hit Calouse. We're going to have some lunch.
Sounds cool to me.
Okay.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. That was Lisa Stewart, and we will see you right back here on RWorld Talk.